Does anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yep. Yeah, excellent. All great. So, yeah, you've all made some pretty good points. So I'm Robert Laird from Down Under in Australia, and I was just really wanting to touch on the transition from a fossil fuel career to a renewable career in biochar. Um, so I'll kind of take you through some of the points that I think are important if we're going to do this transition successfully. Certainly in this country, I hear a lot about jobs are in mining, but there aren't jobs in renewables. Most of us know that's not the case. In fact, in this country, there is as many jobs in renewables as there is in mining at the moment, and it's changing a little bit better. So I am a diesel fitter by trade. I've spent most of my working life in and around mining, sand mining, coal mining, gas, fracking, you name it. Didn't enjoy being a part of what I could see was a problem. So I think there are three skills that people need to adopt if they haven't evolved them already. That's being able to read the writing on the wall, so you can plan for the future, making wise choices, executing that plan, and looking for opportunities, exploitation, that sort of thing, of opportunity. Um, so as I was flying to a mine, I was reading an article about a carbon tax being introduced in this country. That interested me because I wanted to see an industry doing good rather than bad for the environment. I could see that it wasn't sustainable what we're doing and currently still doing. So I did a course in carbon accountancy to try to better understand what I was talking about. That I discovered biochar, and our esteemed colleague Paul. Uh, I don't know, you've probably all seen this fella, but yeah, that's been one of my little go-tos for probably best part of a dozen years. Um, so I started exploring biochar rather than I was going to go tree farming, but I discovered biochar in the literature seemed to be a good way to bring down atmospheric carbon. So then I started experimenting in biochar myself, read what it could do. As an engineer myself, I was excited to find that I could get a flame so I could harness the gaseous fuel. That showed potential, monetary value. I also harnessed scale, pull more with more. I just think that, yeah, there's room for all sizes and scales. We need to make more biochar globally if we're to hit any of these really impressive targets that we're putting out. Um, so I started small. I went to building container size 15 cubic metre retorts, and I travelled the country showing farmers the beauty of biochar and how it could work. We got lots of great research. We worked in conjunction with universities. And yeah, we've all seen the data. The plants did well where there was biochar added. So I ended up working full time in the industry instead of full time in the coal industry. While I was doing that, I also had a mission to prove that it was competitive with coal in a lot of ways. So I generated electricity while processing waste and producing valuable products for agriculture. Um, so I had carbon negative electricity. So that then essentially proved to myself and whoever was watching that we didn't need the coal making things worse. We could actually take a problem, which is waste, and turn it around. And I did that. I produced the most biochar in this country for a couple of years, running on waste, including municipal solid waste, mostly green waste, and travelled to Hong Kong, learned more about it there, watched it in action, reforesting the mountains in Hong Kong, in the new territories. It was there that I met an individual from New Guinea who said that he was looking for a biochar solution. The large 20-foot container that I had produced in Hong Kong was expensive and cumbersome, a great machine, but for the purpose of this customer, he needed something that was portable, that could get in behind a four-wheel drive on a trailer. So that's why I developed this machine behind me, so that it can run on wood, because for them, diesel was hard to come by and expensive. I know gas is too in a lot of places now. So yeah, I developed this technology, the Series 2 pyrolysis unit from Carbon Offset Zone. And not only do I make money with the biochar that I produce on a small scale, but I've shown there's a model where I sold plans for other people to make these machines. We have manufacturing plants just opened in South Africa and another one coming in Spain in the near future, so that more people can make money making biochar. So it's great that I can do it, but I can also prove that other people can transition out of carbon heavy polluting industry to renewables. It's just a matter of, as I say, reading the writing on the wall, making wise choices, and looking for opportunities. And that's exactly what I've been doing. The latest opportunity, Carbon Offset Zone, are moving into are the carbon credits. It's a no-brainer for us. So we've been accepted by Gold Standard and Vera to sell their units. And I've talked with Puro, they're very interested in biochar made in these small, mid-size units. So there is a market for biochar for sure. It's definitely growing. And for everyone who knows something about biochar in the world, that might be 1% or less. The same sort of number of biochar enthusiasts really know about wood vinegar. That's another whole opportunity that needs to be taken care of. If you have a pyrolysis system that's perfect and maximises the biochar yield by keeping the air completely out of it, you can also capture the gas and the oil, the wood vinegar, and that's what we do. I use the oil to start the next run. It is flammable, so I'm using mostly offcuts from a weed species of tree that is turned into other products. Rather than finding kindling, I tend to smear some of the wood tar oil, bio oil, onto the wood, and then it's just a match away from ignition. I use that, and then the gases that are being released drive the whole process. So essentially, the business model is taking a waste product and not spending any money converting it into a good product that I can make money from. And there are a few businesses around the world we've sold in the United States and Middle East and Australia and a number of countries. So there are small businesses out there. it's good to have small mobile units that are duplicatable to get into where the stranded biomass is, rather than transporting the biomass to a central location. That can lead to expensive movements of wood. It's easier to move charcoal. Yeah, so basically that's really all I'm about, is the opportunity for business. There is a business model there. If you can exploit it, by all means, it's good for all of us. Are there any questions?